What's going on, everybody? It's your man Chuck Creekmur, aka Jigsaw, and I'm here with a legend, a pioneer, Just Ice, aka the Desolate One, aka Sir Vicious, and many other names, like Gangsta, rap, all of that. We're about to chop it up with you, man. How you doing?
Peace, man. I'm good, man. Everything is all right. Everything is all right.
Yo, man. First of all, I got to say, man, I'm a huge fan of yours. Me and my people kind of came up on you and a bunch of others too, but you really definitely stood out as one of the I ain't gonna play around with it. You're one of the hardest MCs out back in the 80s zone, man. Just as the golden era started to break through, you kind of paved that road
right
for cats to ride on. So how you doing these days, first of all?
Well, we're doing good, man. We're doing good, man. Me and Mantronix just put something new out. And we got a little bit of airplay. It's picking up gradually,
Yeah.
I didn't leave the music business. I took a little hiatus from it, but I didn't leave it. But concentrate on family and things like that.
Yeah.
But everything is good, man. Everything is good, man. I mean, the energy is still there, and I hope that when people hear the new record, that they will feel it the way they felt the other tunes that I put out, because this one is like a little bit like Cold Getting Dumb, but it's a lot more funkier.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, the official name is Get Your Drink On, Get Your Freak On.
Right. Get your drink on, get your freak on.
And it reworks Cold Getting Dumb, the beat, which was done by Mantronix, another legend.
We'll
get a little bit more into that. What made you it's a long song too, by the way. It's like 6 minutes long.
I'm used to I know how they make records nowadays, a little different. My song is not complete with 2 verses.
Right.
The third verse is just the icing on the cake to end the record. And that's just the way I like to make my records, with 3 verses.
Got you. Now, did you and Mantronix, are y'all still talking?
He calls me every day.
Oh, that's what's up, man. I reached out to him through his website, but I didn't get a response.
Yeah, he's a very how you say, private person.
Yeah.
He has no problem calling me 3 or 4 in the damn morning.
Right.
He has no problem doing that, because it might be 3 or 4 here, but over there it's 10:30, 11 in the morning.
Right. Yeah.
He's a very private person. He's always been they say the musical geniuses are kind of like weird. He's one of them.
Yeah, he's definitely a genius for sure. And I mean, way ahead.
He was way ahead of his time.
Yeah, definitely. One question before we go into it. I always wondered the chemistry y'all had. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about Mantronix, but I felt like he was not from the South Bronx. You know what I mean? Like,
he's not.
Yeah, he's
not. Kurtis. Well, his name is Kurtis.
Yeah.
Kurtis is he's half Jamaican, half Arab.
Okay, right.
And his mom's is from Jamaica. Kurtis was he wasn't how would you say, a street kid.
Yeah.
He was not a little sidewalk, nothing like that. He was more or less into the society thing.
Okay.
All right. But he had a love for the hip hop music as a youngster, so he knew what beats he liked. He knew what beats he didn't like. And it seemed like all the beats that he liked were the prime hip hop beats. So he got into it by actually following the music. Okay. I mean, he wasn't there when a lot of those original beats came out. He actually got them secondhand. But he like for instance, like with Cold Getting Dumb, in the beginning, it's a tune on there called Funky Music Is the Thing. He never got a hold of the original. When he heard that record, it was already on compilation LPs and stuff like that, and remixes and stuff like that. But he knew which records that he liked and what records to follow, and that's what he did. Other than that, he was more of a, he wasn't a house person, because the boy always went out to clubs and stuff like that. but he wasn't no Liquor Sidewalk youth. He was a Liquor Society kid.
Yeah. Okay, so how did y'all get together? If I'm just always curious about that. How did y'all first?
We met at a club called Danceteria.
Okay,
that's way back in the days. It was like right around the corner from the Limelight on 6th Avenue and 23rd Street, something like that. And in the Danceteria, it's like on every level, it's a different DJ. And the night that me and Kurtis buck up on each other, it was DJ Africa Islam on the roof.
Right. Okay.
He was on the roof. And at that time, me and Islam knew each other because Islam used to DJ for a crew that I was down with earlier in the years in the Bronx.
Okay.
And when I saw Islam there, Islam was doing his thing. He's another quiet little person. Don't talk too much unless he know you.
Yeah.
So he was doing his thing. I grabbed the mic and started rhyming. I was rhyming because he knew. He already knew.
Yeah.
And this is before any records came out. And Kurtis was standing there. So after I finished doing what I was doing, Kurtis was like, yo, you should make a record.
Right.
And I'm thinking right now, that's the furthest thing from my head because I'm a messenger. I was a messenger back then.
Okay.
I can run around with messages from one spot to another.
Right.
So he was like, yo, you should make a record. And I was like, I have no idea on even how to even start that process. But I dug into it. And that's how me and Kurtis met that night. Okay. Now, a few weeks, so maybe 2 months later, after me and DMX had met, we got together in a place now they call it Metro Tech in Brooklyn. But before it was Metro Tech, it used to be a big giant park.
Okay.
Me and DMX would meet there every morning and practice.
Okay.
Hip hop, the beatbox and everything, and draw up a crowd. Every morning.
Hold on, for real. So for folks that might be watching this and don't know, he's saying DMX, but he don't mean DMX the dog.
Nah, my man, the human beatbox DMX.
Yeah.
Came out before him in '86.
Yeah.
Came out, before.
Of course, I know.
It was three DMXs. The original Davey DMX.
Yep.
Then it was DMX, my beatbox. Then it was DMX, Divine Master Unknown. The brother that just returned to the essence.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how we met up in the park practicing every morning. And then it was a studio down the block on Myrtle Avenue, right past Polytechnic Little College. And the guy charged me and Ben $22. But we didn't know what to do. But this is all new to us.
Right.
So I gave the guy my little $22. And we went in the studio. He had some little drum machines. Now, mind you, me and Ben, the furthest thing from my mind, because LaToya wasn't even made up then.
Right.
There was no LaToya.
Okay.
When we practiced in the park, he would just beatbox and I would just spit rhymes, lyrics.
Right.
So we went to the studio and we started messing around with the guys' in-house equipment. And we came up with a nice little funky beat. And then I started rhyming to it, but it wasn't structured right.
Okay.
And that's the beginning of how Put the Record Back On came about.
Got you.
Because that was the first record that we ever recorded, was Put That Record Back On. Now, once we took that little, and I had no problem taking that piece of crap to Sleeping Bag Fresh Records. Right. I had no problem taking it to them. Because I was saying to myself, I know it's not the best work, but the lyrics will get them. And damn sure if it didn't.
Wow.
They was like, okay, now we're going to send you to a place. His guy's name was Al Cohen. Check this shit out. Al Cohen used to live in a hotel. It's still there to this day on 23rd Street. That big hotel is between 6th and 7th Avenue.
Okay. Okay.
It's where that guy, who was that guy that shot them 4 kids on the train?
Oh, Bernard Getz.
Bernard Getz, right?
Yeah.
Me and Ben used to sit in the lobby of the hotel and watch this motherfucker go back and forth. Bernard Getz used to live in the same hotel that my man Al Cohen had his recording studio in. And it's the kind of hotel, it's a luxury hotel, and you can actually live there.
Okay.
It has room service and all of that shit.
Nice.
And it's there. It's like right now, it's more like a landmark of Manhattan or New York City.
Got you.
But that's how we got started. They heard the lyrics. They was like, we got to do something about this music, though.
Right.
Somewhere, and we got the music right. And then after Al recorded it in his studio, did a little bit of editing right then and there, took it back to the record company. They was like, okay, now we got to put the finishing touches on it. Okay. We're going to let a guy named Mantronix. I was like, who's Mantronix? I'm like, he don't let him mess up my music.
Right.
You know? So back then it was Mantronix and a guy named Sam Sever.
Okay.
Sam Sever was on it, was like his co-producing partner.
Okay.
They did what they had to do and they hooked it up, right?
Yeah.
So now put the record back on, it's done. So they was like, we need another song for the other side.
Right.
I was like, what? It was like anything. It said something good. So first thing that came to mind was how Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick did Lottie Dottie.
Right.
That's the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, yeah, it's no real hard, complex music. It's just him beatboxing. And the record that he's beatboxing is Impeach the President. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
That's Impeach the President.
Okay. Yeah.
Saying?
Yeah.
I said, Ben can do that.
Right.
I said, Ben can do that. That's DMX. I don't call nobody by their stage name.
Okay.
Ben can do that. So we got together. I used to work at a little Italian restaurant in Lower Manhattan and shit. So on my lunch hour, I went downstairs with a notepad and a pen and sat on the steps. I had the whole shit done in an hour. The only thing that stopped me from completing it was the beginning. I didn't have anything to rhyme with LaToya.
Okay.
No. I didn't have nothing to rhyme with Scoop for you.
Okay, right.
I didn't have nothing to rhyme with Scoop for you. So I said, fuck it, girl named LaToya. And because everybody used to always ask me, who's LaToya?
Right.
Don't know a LaToya. I never.
That was the first question people asked me to ask you. Where's LaToya? Who's LaToya?
I made her up. Just like you seen that Wu-Tang thing that they had on TV, the series.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
You see how they had me in there?
Yeah.
They made that shit up. Never happened.
It never happened?
Never happened.
Oh man.
I wasn't even on that tour. That was a Cold Chillin' tour. If anybody was on that tour, it was King's son.
Right. They did mention King's son's name.
Yeah, anything. Son was on that tour along with the rest of the Cold Chillin'. It was a few parts in there that bugged me out because my man Fly Ty called me up. He was like, yo, Just, you seen this shit? I'm like, yo, my phone been ringing all on him. He was like, yo, that shit they had me somebody. He said, I was never there. I said, me neither.
Oh man. Yo, Wu-Tang, American Saga making stuff up. Like,
no, they made the part where they had where they said Kane and Shantae was buying furs and everything. This shit never happened.
Right. Oh, I mean,
you can't get mad because it's TV and it's supposed to be embellished. That's why it's called entertainment. Motherfuckers nowadays ain't got it in their head that when they see something on TV or they hear something on the radio or whatever, it's supposed to be actual, factual, true. No, you dumb motherfuckers. It's entertainment. It's supposed to be embellished.
Yo, the funny thing is though, is there's a dude on the internet on YouTube, and he talks about all the backstories. He talked about that story, and he said it was real. This dude said it was real.
I don't know who dude was, but he must have been, yo, whatever kind of mushrooms he had, let me get some because, yo, that shit wasn't true.
I'm going to call him out. I'm gonna drop a dime on him.
That shit wasn't true. That kid never bumped into me. I never met that kid before.
Wow.
Who was it? What was that kid's name supposed to be?
I think it was RZA, right? RZA.
Nah. Because the only one that I knew that I saw on the regular was Genius, Jizza.
Yeah.
Justice, because his name is Justice. That's how we met.
Right.
He used to hang out in Cold Chillin' Records with Divine Melquan.
Right.
But all the other ones, I think I just met RZA for the first time ever, maybe in 2014 or 15. The last Rock the Bells. Because I was there with Tech Nine and Ice-T and everybody. We was all there together, and RZA pulled up because back then that's when Freedom was still alive, and me and Freedom knew each other from back in the projects in Fort Greene and then the rallies.
Right.
So RZA, Wait, not RZA. Raekwon is the one that makes the beats, right?
No, RZA makes the beats.
Raekwon is the one with the gold tooth in the front.
Yeah,
that's who I was talking to. Raekwon.
Okay.
I never met RZA.
Okay.
So all that shit, I never met that brother. I never met Method Man. I seen these cats, but we don't link up like that.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, but like I said, it's all entertainment, man. I ain't mad. Shit. Any kind of promotion is good.
Yeah, definitely. No, it was a great look, man. I mean, it made me feel great because you're kind of quiet yourself. Like you don't see Just Ice out there that much.
Nah. I never was into that shit. Because when motherfuckers see you too much, they tend to take you for granted.
Yeah.
You know, and especially by me being from the Bronx and being from Brooklyn, it's like if I go to the store, motherfuckers be like, yo, they go Just Ice.
Right.
If I go there, they go Just Ice. After a while, they be like, they go Just.
Yeah.
After a while, they be like, so we see him every day.
Right. Yeah. True.
You know? So I try not to even make myself available like that. Even when I do little like cameo spots or anywhere in the city, like if Red Alert or Chuck Chill Out is playing somewhere and they want me to come spit and get on the mic real quick, do Going Way Back or Latoya or something, I go in there, I do my shit, rock the fucking crowd, and I splurt.
Right.
Ain't no need to hang around. I'm paid. I'm out of there. Ain't no drinking, no smoking weed, none of that shit. Got my dough. Y'all got your lyrics. I'm gone.
Right.
No, I can't see myself hanging out like that.
Yeah. Did you do that early on? What back in the day? Did you?
Well, back in the days, I didn't. Yeah, I did my show and left.
Yeah,
I was thinking about today. Here goes some funny shit. Now, the very first time that I did a show for Latoya, not for because the first time I did a show for Put the Record Back On was at Danceteria, and I rocked it.
Yeah.
But then Mr. Magic and Fly Ty hooked up a show for me in Brooklyn. Right now, I don't know how this goes. I'm new at this time. I'm thinking I'm supposed to go there, get on the mic, rock that shit, and leave.
Right.
Nobody told me I had to wait for Magic and Fly Ty to get there to host the show.
Oh shit. Yo, that's crazy.
Oh, me and Ben went up there. It was packed. This school was packed, dog.
Yeah.
It was packed. We went up there, and it was like so many people there that they was like right damn near on the fucking stage.
Yeah.
So I said, Ben, I ain't going up on that stage. It's too close to the people.
Right.
So Ben was like, fuck it, I'll go up there. Ben went up there. He killed it.
Right.
He killed it. Then I grabbed the mic by the DJ because at the time the DJ was off to the side.
Right.
And I grabbed the mic and I started, motherfuckers was breaking their neck to see who the fuck I was.
Right.
You couldn't see over the crowd, but me and Ben rocked it. And we did Latoya and we did a little bit of This Girl's a Slut.
Right.
Because Cold Getting Dumb wasn't out then. It was only Put the Record Back On, Latoya and This Girl's a Slut. Cold Getting Dumb and all that other shit wasn't even out yet.
Right.
So we rocked that shit. And after we rocked it, I walked straight through the fucking crowd. And I was like, all right, I went up there and got my money. Because I think that was Special K and Teddy Tay.
Yeah, the Awesome Two.
Awesome Two, who put that together. And we was real close back then. So they let me in the room where all the money was at.
Right.
They was like, Just, what you want? I'm like, I want this. Yo, he was like, don't take too much, man, because we got to pay these other niggas. Right. But yo, they was very, very generous that night. Very generous. So me and Ben, I was with my man Shamel. Me, Ben, Shamel, and a bunch of other cats, we jumped in the SUV and we went up to the other spot I was supposed to DJ at, or I call it DJ, where I was supposed to spit lyrics at, the Disco Fever.
Yeah.
And I met T La Rock up there. Me and T was up there, and we up there. Here come Tyrone and Magic. They was pissed.
Wow.
It was like, Justice, you supposed to wait for us to come there. This is Magic, because back then Tyrone didn't really verbalize.
Right.
It was Magic. And he was like, yo, Justice, you supposed to wait for us to come there and host the show, introduce you, then you do your fucking songs. I'm like, I didn't know.
Right.
I didn't know. And from that point on, me and Magic did not get along.
Wow, that's crazy, Mr.
From
Magic.
that point, me and Magic, I got stories of me taking beer cans, crushing them in Magic's hand, letting the beer just drip down his arm.
What?
It was one time we took Magic to us to Baltimore. It was like an all-star basketball thing, like all the major hip hoppers at that time. This nigga goes down there, gets drunk, and shoots at the wrong basket. Everybody from New York tried to kick his ass out the gym.
Who did that?
Huh?
Who did that?
Mr. Magic.
Oh, he got
Magic. I got stories about Magic, man, but yo, I got good stories, and yo, but a lot of that shit, man. Wow.
Yeah, that's the good one. You know, that's before social media, man. You had to hear about stuff, or someone had to tell you. You couldn't.
Yeah. It was different back then. Yeah. It was much different back then. The music business more or less was about talent.
Yeah,
not gimmicks.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Because I mean, I see a lot of talent out here now, but I see a lot of gimmicks too.
You quietly, let's talk about. So you called yourself the gangster of rap.
Yeah,
gangster of rap.
Gangster of hip hop.
Gangster of hip hop. Yeah. I'm sorry, gangster of hip hop.
I hate that word.
That was early. Now we talking the mid '80s at that point. I don't know when you first started using it, but the songs was like 84, 85.
No, 86. I started
86.
86.
Okay.
Yeah,
86.
But before then, we had a crew out in not Long Island, in Far Rockaway, and a project called Hamill's Projects.
Yeah,
it was called the A-Team. Okay, and I mean the sound system was booming.
Yeah,
no little bullshit speakers. I mean, we had shit. We had the only Crown 10,000 self-analyzing amp.
Wow.
Okay. You know what I mean? So, and it was about maybe, I know B.I. Self was one DJ and MC. PJ was a DJ. Willie Flood was a DJ. Then it was me. I was Sir Vicious. B.I. Self was the hot. PJ was the cool. And I was Sir Vicious.
Okay.
See, even back then, I used the name the Gangsta of hip hop, but I more used Sir Vicious.
Oh, yep.
That's why I kept the name Sir Vicious.
Yeah. Do you feel like, what do you feel like in terms of, if at all, any impact on the actual genre gangster rap? Do you feel like you had a part of that, or was it
dogs?
Huh?
I started it before NWA. Yeah. Before anybody else. I mean, now Ice-T was actually making records before me.
Right.
But he wasn't talking no gangster shit.
Yeah, right.
He was talking more or less party stuff.
Right.
When it comes to that gangster shit, I started that shit for the simple fact nobody was talking that before they heard me speaking. Everybody else was talking that party shit, get drunk, smoke weed, get high. Then it switched off. You fucked around with Melly Mel. Melly Mel took you to school with some political shit. Melly Mel will lose you on a record because it sounds good, but then he started using words motherfuckers they never heard before. Because half the people who listened to it didn't go to school or didn't finish it.
Right.
So I'm thinking like this here, listen, I'm just gonna talk about what I know.
Yeah.
You know,
what about Schoolie D though? I mean,
I can't speak for Schoolie because Schoolie is from somewhere else.
Yeah, Schoolie D.
I can't talk for that.
Say that again.
I can't talk for that man.
Yeah,
because he's from somewhere else. His upbringing might have been rough and tough too. Yeah, in a different way or the same way. I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't say nothing.
So you hadn't heard of him or anybody else for that matter.
I didn't hear about Schoolie D until I heard Looking at My Gucci, It's About This Time, and PSK. I heard about him through the records, but to me, it wasn't hard. That wasn't hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that wasn't hard at all. For the simple, I mean, the beats were because before I started rhyming, I was a DJ. Right. So I take my beats very, very seriously. Right. And to me, the beats that he used, they were okay. They weren't prime hip hop beats.
Right.
They were okay. It got the job done, apparently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like I said, I didn't hear about Schoolie D until this was the time when I used to wear Fila watches.
Right.
a lot of sneakers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the Gucci watches was out.
Right.
And he was talking about looking at my Gucci. I was like, that's a good thing because he's relating it to the time.
Right.
But as I didn't know him, bro. I didn't know him.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know him. I mean, he was from Philadelphia. I think. I mean, me and Schoolie talk now.
Yeah.
Me and Schoolie got a show coming up together.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah, over in about 40 miles outside of Amsterdam.
Wow.
We do this every year. It's gonna be me, Schoolie D, Onyx, Black Sheep. Who else is gonna be there? The two Tough Crew or something like that.
Tough Crew from Philly.
Yeah, Tough Crew gonna be there. It's gonna be a bunch of people there. We do this every year.
In Amsterdam?
Yeah, in Amsterdam, right outside of Amsterdam. The last time we did it was about 2-3 years ago. It was me, Stetsasonic, Mantronix was there, and some other groups from around the world. But COVID came, so we stopped it for 2 years.
Right.
Now we're gonna go back this year, and I'm pretty sure Schoolie D go tear that shit up.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What was your relation? Were you ever a part of Boogie Down Productions? Were you in Boogie Down?
Yeah. I mean, but see, me and Chris, we went back further than some Boogie Down Productions.
Right.
Boogie Down Productions was more or less for musical.
Right.
That was his crew. Yeah. This is Just Ice. This is Boogie Down Productions.
Right.
We were how you say, friends or brothers or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
We were homeless together. We hungry together.
Yeah.
And it was me, him, and Ramona, his wife at that time. We were close. We were like a family. It was like McBoo, it was D Nice, it was Manager Mo.
Yeah.
It was a family type thing. Now, whenever they did a show, it wasn't mandatory that I was there. I had to be there. Yeah. If I was there, I was there. If I wasn't, I wasn't, because it's a Boogie Down production. The main motherfuckers KRS-One, not Just Ice.
Yeah. Right.
All right. So we were all cool with each other. And that was that. I mean, we still cool with each other. I think I spoke to Chris about maybe a month and a half ago.
Okay.
And we was talking about some shows and some other stuff. I mean, it ain't like, we like this, and you know what I'm saying, but everything is cool. Everything is everything.
That's what's up. Y'all seemed to, back then, y'all seemed, y'all definitely seemed like family.
Because it was, like I said, it went deeper than records.
Yeah, right.
It was deeper than records. I mean, shit, I'm the one who got his wife the first gold tooth.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the one who took her to get the tooth.
Yeah,
Chris didn't want to go. He was like, let Justice take you.
Right.
I'm like, okay, let's go. But it was deeper than music.
Yeah.
It was deeper than music. But time changes everything. I mean, I'm still cool. Now here go the funny part. I'm cool with all of them. They ain't all cool with each other.
Oh, really? Well, yeah.
I'm cool with all of them. I mean,
right.
I can talk to any one of them right now.
Yeah.
Because the last time I seen Derek was telling me about how he's a photographer, and DJ and everything. And I think the last time I saw McBoo is just McBoo. But I seen Mo. We talk I'm cool with all of them.
Yeah.
But I don't think all of them are cool with each other.
Right.
I don't want to get into it. I don't know the reason. Don't really give a fuck, because it's taking away money instead of making money.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. You set a lot of stuff off in hip hop, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you and maybe Flavor Flav had the fronts. They called them fronts back then. They call them grills now.
Yeah, well, fronts and grills. I don't know. I never called them neither one.
What do you call them?
Gold teeth.
Gold teeth. Gold teeth. Simple as that.
I started off with three.
Right.
Before I even made a record. Me and Shamel, we used to go to Eddie Goldteeth.
Right.
Before he was in the Coliseum. It's when Eddie Goldteeth was up on 179th and Hillside, working out of like a little pawn shop.
Right.
We used to go there and get our shits tightened up.
Right. Now I'm not. I don't want to pull my phone out, but you had your whole name in there at the end of it all, right? Am I right?
No, it wasn't my whole name. It was always JS because I changed them now. I got a few sets of these shits now.
Okay.
It was JS, and the rest was gold nuggets with white, gold, and platinum.
Okay.
And diamonds, and the rest was just all regular gold caps. I never wanted to have it like how they do it nowadays, like all the teeth at once and
Right.
Never. I never did that shit because for one, that shit it can fuck up the alignment of your teeth.
Yeah, that's true.
So I would just put on 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I had my whole shit done. I mean, one day I was with Chris and shit. It was me, Chris. We went to Sbarro. Remember Sbarro's Pizza?
Yeah.
Sbarro.
Yeah.
It was me, Chris, Ramona, Derek. It was a whole bunch of us. And they was like, how the fuck do you eat with that in your mouth? Yo, I swear, I bit down. I said, oh shit, I just caught a radio wave. Yo, they was cracking up. I had this, every time I went out to eat, I had to take out all my shit.
Yeah.
You know, so then I started learning. Eat before I leave the house.
Right. Okay. So you don't got to think of
I don't have to do that shit in the street. Yeah.
Also, you used to you had the infamous hat that had Gucci, Just Ice in the middle. That was your signature hat for a long time. And sometimes I see somebody wearing that type of hat, and I'll be thinking it's you. And I'll be like, man, you can't walk around with that hat on because that's
well, we never put a trademark on that.
Yeah.
Right? Those hats were made by Ross Roots.
Okay.
My man Kiffin. I still got my hats in the garage. I got about 2 or 3 of them. I had every color, but way back in the days, I had kittens and they used to use my hats as litter boxes and shit. Oh. So I had to throw them motherfuckers away.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. But I still have like about maybe 2 or 3 of them. I have the original Gucci one still. I have the white one, and I have the one with the red beak on it.
Right.
I don't hardly wear them anymore. Right. To be honest, my head is too big now. Yeah, my head is too big. I think, but I didn't know my head was little back then. Now I guess so. But my head is too big now for them. But I keep them. I still have them.
Yeah, I know how that can be. My hats stay on that last peg.
See, you don't even realize your shit is growing.
Yeah, for real, it's crazy. Yo, so let's talk about the self-destruction song a little bit.
All right.
There was I always try to explain because you don't assume people know, but self-destruction was the superbly popular but positive song, and the rumor was somebody didn't want Just Ice on there.
Ann Carly.
Who?
Her name was Ann Carly.
Okay.
She was an exec for Jive Records.
Okay.
She didn't want me on there because she said at that time my image was too hard. It was too violent. Those were her words. But then out of nowhere, Dougie Fresh said, if Just Ice ain't gonna be on there, I'm not gonna be on there.
That's what's up. That
started a domino effect. Then Heavy D was like, well, if Just Ice and Doug ain't gonna be on it, I'm not gonna be on it. Then Chuck D was like, well, if my 3 brothers ain't gonna be on there, you can forget about me being on there. So at the end of it all, it was like, if she didn't put me on there, half the people wasn't gonna be on there.
Right.
So she put me on there. That's why when I did my verse, I tried to make it sound positive, no gangster shit, no cursing and nothing like that. Because I didn't want her to be like, oh, I made a mistake by putting them on here.
Right.
So I think I did do the right thing because my part stayed on there. It was not edited out.
Right.
And I'm in the video.
Yeah, I mean, the whole song is dope, but you definitely did your thing on that. And I think that people respected it because you were such, one of the harder rappers on that joint and represented something people could respect in the streets.
Right. And not to mention, we actually did the video in the Tombs.
Okay. Got it. That's what's up. Yo, here's a random question. You said the Boogie Down Bronx PKA Pelon. What was that?
Pelon is the Asiatic name. Okay. Pelon represents the Bronx. Medina represents Brooklyn. Okay. No, should I say the Bronx represents Pelon?
Right.
Because Pelon was here first.
Right.
Medina, Brooklyn represents Medina.
Right.
Manhattan represents Mecca.
Right. Right.
That's where those names come from.
Okay. Got you.
The Queens is called the desert because there's 14 million miles and there's approximately 14 million miles in the desert. And if you go to Queens, man, your ass go up like this. You be like this, man, for real.
Right.
You try walking down from Hillside to Jamaica
Yeah.
in the snow, what an ice, you'll bust your ass.
Definitely. You were one of the first, the nation of the gods and the earths.
The 5% nation.
5% nation.
I don't like that gods and earth shit. That shit is a slang.
You don't do okay.
That's a slang. That's a slang. The nation of the gods and earth. No, it's the 5% nation.
5% nation. You
nation, pardon me for cutting you off, or the nation of the 5%.
Okay. Right. Are you still in the nation?
Yes. Forever.
Yeah. Forever. Yeah. That was the first thing that came to mind with Wu-Tang, that there is a direct line from you to them, because I'm sure they were listening to you as well.
Like I told you before, Freedom, Popa Wu. Used to always, he was in Fort Greene with us.
I didn't realize that Freedom was Popa Wu when you said that.
Yeah, Freedom, Popa Wu. But before Freedom was even Popa Wu, Freedom helped bring us up in the rallies and everything. Freedom knew me personally.
Right.
He would come up to me, yo, Justice, you are. Freedom always talk loud. I don't care if he's saying the nicest thing in the world to you.
Right.
It's gonna sound aggressive.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
It's gonna sound aggressive. He's like, yo, Justice, you all right? What you doing out here? You know, what's today's mathematics? And if you didn't know today's mathematics, that was your ass.
Right.
That was at least 3 hours of just sitting there getting bombed.
Right.
And don't try to walk away.
Right.
So Freedom kept the young brothers on point in Fort Greene.
Right. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much why I didn't get in, because I wasn't ready.
Well, it wasn't for everybody.
Yeah.
And and to this day, people don't have the real meaning of the nation of the 5%. It's all about education. That's all it really is. I mean, education. People done took this shit in so many different ways. Nowadays, I'm hearing about these, they call 50-50s, half bloods, half 5%. I'm like, what kind of bullshit did y'all niggas get into? I said, because all I know is my 122 lessons.
Right.
I know my 122 lessons, and I know what the father left. I got my original lessons. I had to write my lessons down. No one gave me lessons. Yeah. When I came into this, my educator would sit me down, pen and paper, one lesson a day.
Right.
And write it down. When I got old enough, I was fortunate enough to get a copy of the original 122 degrees.
Right.
That's those are the lessons I have today. Right.
Wow. How do you feel about the impact the nation had on hip hop?
Well, first of all, I never mixed the two. I didn't like it.
Okay.
I mean, I might speak a little mathematics in a record, but I never mixed the two together. Whereas when you talk about the nation of the 5%, you're talking about hip hop. Bullshit. I never did that. I never understood how you could take something so simple and so relevant and put it into everyday language, whereas it's not, it's taking away from its original meaning. Just because it sounds good in a rhyme. Right. I never done that. And if I do, like I said, if I do speak mathematics in a record, it's very quick.
Yeah. Right.
Very quick. Because my mathematics is personal to me.
Yeah. Right.
It's not like we stand. I was never one to stand on the corner. Peace, God. Today's mathematics is blah, 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 blah. Not me. Right. To me, you just spitting a bunch of odorless and colorless gases. Right. You ain't building nothing with no kind of solidity. Nothing solid. Right. That's why I figured the best way for me to build and to show improve my quality is to go out there and make records and show off the talent of hip hop.
Yeah.
Because I have the intelligence of my lessons.
Right. Facts. Okay. It's been a minute, man, since you first came out. Over 30.
86.
86.
Don't mention the years, goddamn it. I don't know how old I am.
It's all good. No, that's actually a good thing, man. They say that more people listening to older music than they are, the current music. I don't think it hits as hard as they pretended it is,
Well, so. I mean, I can speak because my basic music that I listen to is yard music.
Yeah.
And I listen to music that was made before I was even born.
Right.
And then I listen to the music that I grew up on and music that I missed as a child, but just heard it every now and then. Because it's bugged me out when I got older for me to hear certain yard tunes. I was like, yo, I used to listen to that when I was a kid. And it was more, the more I listened, I was like, my mother used to play that when I was a kid.
Right.
But see, me, at a young age, all I wanted to listen to was the Jackson 5. That was it.
Right.
I didn't want to hear nothing else. Maybe I would listen to the Osmonds' One Bad Apple because it was written by the Jackson 5. Okay. and at that time, I think was named whoever was the lead singer sound like Michael a little bit, but all I wanted was the Jackson 5. I mean, when you're home, your parents, they have their own music they want to listen to.
Yeah.
I ain't want to hear that shit.
Right. So wait a minute. So when you were mixing, I don't get me wrong, because I'm not the best at this, but dance hall and hip hop, you were doing that pretty regularly. That wasn't what is that?
I mean, I would do it. That was just something because at that time, what did I use? Frankie Paul's Worries in the Dance.
Yeah.
I mean, to this day, I love that record.
Okay.
So we, who did that? That was Chris. That was Chris.
Yeah.
And see, Chris knows reggae too.
Right.
So it was easy for him to do that.
Right.
And back then, I was a big Tiger fan, before he got on drugs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I love that record, Worries in the Dance. Anything Frankie Paul made, I love that shit.
Yeah, y'all used to rip it, man. Marsh It Up, that joint right there.
Yeah, Marsh It Up, that's yeah, that's a lot of tunes back there. I got so many tunes with that rhythm on it.
Yeah, man. Y'all ripped that joint, man.
We had some fun. We had one that we did with Heavy D that didn't get too much notoriety. Okay. It was on the I think that the Desolate One album. It was called Ram Dance Hall Session.
Okay.
And me and Chris was in there. Matter of fact, it was the very last record of the album. So we was like, we just gonna spit from the top of our head and just have some fun, like a freestyle, nothing structured.
Right.
And then Heavy D walks in, and I was like, "Yo, Heavy, come get on there," because Heavy Jamaican too.
Yeah. So
Heavy got up on there and started spitting, and that's how that record came to fruition.
That's dope.
And then he did something else we didn't like, but
what did he do?
Me and Chris told Heavy D that night in the studio. We were in a process of making a record called Don't Curse. Because at that time, every record that me made, we had a curse in it.
Right.
We was in the process of making a record called Don't Curse. What happened 2 years later?
Yeah. Don't Curse.
Heavy D. And me and Chris was like, yo, did you see what this? We was cool back then, so we could talk shit about each other.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody to say I'm talking shit about Heavy now because he returned to the essence. This is back when me, Heavy, used to snap on each other and have fun. Me and Chris was like, did you see what this motherfucker just did?
Right. Wow.
No apologies, no nothing.
Yeah.
But it's all good because, like I said, Heavy was our brother. Heavy's our brother, and he did it. It's done.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, brother.
Rest in peace. Wow, that's crazy though. He could at least put you on there or something.
I don't want to talk about it, man, because it seemed like he's gone now. So I just wanted to get that story out there because, like I said, I ain't got no ill will toward Heavy, man. That shit really fucked me up when I heard that he died.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that shit really, really got to, because it's not like we just passed by and, you know, hey, what's going on? We used to, every time we seen each other, me and Heavy had fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Heavy didn't drink, Heavy didn't smoke. Heavy was just the kind of brother, he'll have you cracking up in a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he'll have you cracking up, man. That's what I'm saying. When I heard he passed, it was kind of messed up, man. Just like when I heard my man Kango pass.
Yeah, Kango was my man. That hit me hard, man.
Me and Kango used to talk on the phone a lot.
Yeah.
When Rob would ever do a show, or whatever, he would link up. We would link and go there. It kind of fucked me up because, wow, we grew. I remember listening to Kango, the Microphone Doctor, and what was the youngest brother's name there?
Doc Ice.
Doc Ice.
Yeah.
Doc Ice. The Microphone Doctor, educated rapper, yeah, the Microphone Doctor, educated rapper, and Kango off that Roxanne joint.
Yeah.
That shit, that's how far back I went with them.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
You know, that kind of messed me up, man, when I heard of us passing.
Yeah, definitely. How you feel about hip hop nowadays? I mean, do you listen to hip hop at all?
Sometimes I listen to it, sometimes I don't. It's like some of that shit sound like space music and shit, man, for real.
Yeah,
like space music, because half the time they only saying like about 4 words in a sentence. So you gotta listen to about 9 sentences to get a whole fucking. Now you gotta listen to the whole 9 verses, 8 verses to get one full sentence.
Yeah.
I don't know half the shit they talk about, because half the shit that these people are talking about, it only occurs around their area where they live.
Right.
So it's more or less of a regional thing.
Yeah.
But I have no problems with it for one simple fact. Hip hop has to progress. It has to keep progressing. It has to keep elevating, because once it becomes stagnant, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. So I love it. I love the way hip hop is. I don't listen to too much of this shit.
Yeah.
My shit is yard music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I love hip hop because I know where it came from.
Yeah, definitely.
I know where it came from.
Speaking of that, going way back is one of the biggest, like dopest records ever made, and part of that is because you named so many people in that record, and we didn't have Google then, but if we did, we've been Googling every single person, because some of them I didn't know who they were,
Well, the people that some of the people I said were recognizable. They know those are Cool Herc, Red Alert, but then I was also naming people from the A Team. I was naming people from the area that I was growing up in, that at one time in my life. But the places that I named, those are all legendary.
Right.
123, 131, the Black Door, all that was all legendary.
Right. You had me feeling away. You said if I didn't.
I didn't say, you sound like Busy B Starsky, man. Every time Busy B see me, he be like, yo, Jess, I was there, nigga.
Right.
I know, I said, I forgot. If anybody was there, Busy B was there.
Yeah, definitely.
I was a kid, man. I used to go to this club called the Ecstasy Garage up on 170th, number 4 train in the BX.
Yeah.
Yo, every Saturday night you go in there, you see Busy B on the ladder. To the ball, to the ball, the day. Every Saturday night.
Right.
That's the first time I ever seen the Crash Crew perform in there.
Yeah.
The Ecstasy Garage. That's where you go in there, you see JDL, you see Grandmaster Cash, you see the Cold Crush. And it's like, yo, these motherfuckers is like just walking around like anything is everything. I'm like, cool, I can get with this.
Right. Yeah.
Melly Mel, everybody. I remember way back in the days, I went to a party at the Theodore Roosevelt High School on Fordham Road. Go see the Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 4 MCs.
Okay.
This one it was Easy Mike and Disco Beat. Yo, you couldn't tell me nothing because I was a kid coming from Fort Greene, Brooklyn, but I was hanging out in Castle Hill in the Bronx with my grandmother's house. Right. I'm like, yo, Brooklyn ain't got nothing like this.
Right. Yeah.
Brooklyn, what Brooklyn had? Grandmaster Flowers.
Yeah.
DJ Coffin. The Disco Twins, some shit like that. But the biggest sound system came out of Queens, the Infinity Machine.
Mm-hmm.
See, now you got to respect them cats because whatever they played, it was loud.
Yeah,
and bassy.
Yeah, Kaz said they came up when the blackout happened. He said they all came up.
Who came up?
They got their equipment when the blackout happened in New York that back then.
Who Kaz and them?
Kaz, yeah, Kaz.
I'm not gonna speak. Oh no, you ain't.
He spoke on it.
You ain't baiting me in that one.
Nah. He spoke on it. I interviewed him last week. I'm gonna send it to you.
He said that. Who got the equipment?
He just spoke on himself.
Okay, then that's it then.
He said after the blackout, he said there was a bunch of DJs.
No, I know for a fact a store on Fordham Road that got robbed, and he must be talking about the blackout of '77.
Yeah,
because I remember that. Oh, that was a fun time. I had to be like about maybe between 9 and 11.
Okay.
But I was hanging out with all the older people because my cousins was out there looking out for me too. Yo, right. It was a store on Fordham Road called Bronin's.
Okay.
This is where Flash used to go get his speakers from.
Right.
That motherfucker went in the store the next day. It was empty. These niggas took horns, drum sets, amps. It was amps, speakers. The door was broke. Yo, you could tell motherfuckers was scraping shit, pulling it out because you see the inside of the door.
Right.
I remember that blackout. I remember that.
Yeah, Cass talked about it. You just said that was a fun time.
Yes, it was. That's back in the days. Bambaataa used to come to the park. This when Bambaataa was straight. He used to come to the park and play the music. That's back when you could go to Bronxdale and see Disco King Mario setting up outside and playing. I mean, you would go to 100 Park. They would be in 100 Park. Those times were fun. And this is before records were played on the radio. This is before records. This is before there was no Rapper's Delight.
Yeah.
There was no super rapping. There was no what was that shit? We something more mellow about the next generation, which was Kid Creole, which was really the Furious Five, really. Yeah. This is back in the days when Breakout, and then it was Breakout Baron and the Funky Four. There was no Plus One More.
Right.
It was Grandmaster Flash, Disco B, Easy Mike, and the Furious Four MCs. This is the L Brothers, the real L Brothers, Theodore, Claudio, Mean Gene. Yeah. These are back in the days when you went to a party, you knew you were going to hear certain records that you were not going to hear on the radio.
Right.
Fun times.
Yeah.
White Castle burgers, 22 cents.
They about what now?
I don't know. I don't eat there. They got pork there now. I don't even eat there. I don't even eat there. Once they put pork in that store, I stopped going there.
No more White Castle. You can't, obviously came up in the 70s, 80s, and through the 90s. But who did you look up to anybody like Melly? Like, did you?
Yeah. If it wasn't for Melly Mel, I would have never picked up a mic.
Right.
We used to get the Grandmaster Flash tapes, and you would just hear Mel rhyme different.
Yeah.
It wasn't like listening to Casanova Fly. That was Kaz. He was more of a rhythmic singer and rhymer.
Right.
With Melly Mel, you heard lyrics. With Busy B. Starsky, you heard like nursery rhymes and stuff like that to the beat. Right. With Raheem, you heard more intellectual words. But with Mel's voice back then, Mel had a voice that nobody else had.
Yeah, right.
Even though Cowboy was the first MC down with Flash, Melly Mel was the main MC.
Yeah.
Definitely. And Melly Mel said a rhyme, and it just made me just want to write.
Yeah.
And I started writing. I didn't want to write like little simple see damn run type shit. I wanted to put words together.
Yeah.
Meant something, not just a bunch of words that sounded good. And when you ask what does it mean, no one knows.
Right.
I wanted to put words together. Just like how Flash would like to put the beats together to keep the people dancing.
Yeah.
Not like Hurt just stopping the record and putting the new one on, stop the record, put a new one on.
People don't know that's how it was back then.
No, but you have to understand, Herc was not the best mixer in the world.
Hey man, I wasn't there, but I've been told.
I was there, man. He had Coke LaRock, he had Timmy Tim, Timmy Tim was on the mic though. He had a bunch of when he got Wiz Kid and all of them cats, that's when they started doing shit on beat.
Right.
Herc just didn't give up. What? Herc mixed James Brown and Apache together.
Man,
but like Flash said, he wanted to make the people keep dancing.
Yeah.
And that's how Mel was with the lyrics. He wanted the people to hear what he was saying, the elevation of his vocabulary, but it stuck to the streets.
Right. Yeah. Did you? Well, Melly Mel and KRS had an infamous battle. I never.
I was there. It wasn't no real battle, man. That's just.
Walk us through it. Since it.
It was more or less, Chris trying to show the older school that the new school is better.
Yeah.
And all Chris did was spit lyrics from one of his records. He wasn't really saying nothing, really.
Right.
If you listen to what he was saying, Mel was spitting some shit that wasn't really nothing. Chris was spitting lyrics from it was the crowd that made it seem so hype.
Right.
If they was in the studio doing this shit, man, it wouldn't have been nothing like that. It just would have been like a record being made.
Yeah.
The crowd wanted to escalate it, and it souped Chris up to make him think he won. And I'm like, yo, technically speaking, neither one of y'all won.
Did they bet money? Did they bet money?
I don't know about all of that. You have to ask them that. You have to ask them that.
Yeah. No,
that's just like that shit they had recently with KRS-One and Kane.
Yeah, right.
Everybody's saying Kane won. Everybody's saying Chris won. I'm like, all y'all did was go up there and spit records.
Yeah, that's true.
If I want to hear that shit, I go home and get your shit. Go get your shit. You're on this turntable. You on this turntable.
Right.
Yeah. It's like it's for the crowd. It's for the crowd.
Yeah.
The crowd is going to interpret everything the way that they want to.
Yeah.
If you ask me, neither one of them won that shit. All y'all did was spit records.
I would wish I would have wanted to be there though. I ain't gonna lie.
I saw it. I watched it on what was it, YouTube or something like that?
On YouTube?
Yeah, it was on YouTube though. I saw the whole thing. Nobody won. Chris was popping shit in the beginning, but Kane is a cool motherfucker.
Oh, you talking about Versus? My fault.
Yeah, Versus.
About Melly Mel and them. No. I was there that night. I was actually there.
You was there?
Yeah.
I don't think neither one of them won. I think they both came out even.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Did you ever have any battles, man?
Niggas ain't want it with me. I shoot you, man. I ain't into that. You know what I'm saying? You get on my motherfucking nerves, say the wrong thing. The rhymes are over.
Right. Yo, I saw you with Nas one time. So the last time I saw you in person, let me just say this, man. You an intimidating kind of a dude, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Now I might be exaggerating this just a little bit. I can't remember what year it was, but it was a few years ago, and Nas had dropped an album, and you came to the party. It was in the city.
I remember. And
it almost looked like you had Nas in it. Like, you didn't have him in a headlock.
No. You saw the wrong thing. Me and Nas was just talking.
I know.
Nas. No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
What was y'all talking about, man? Because it looked like you had him in a noogie, almost like you was a little man in him. Like, yo, what's up, man? How you doing? Nah, you good?
My shoulders or something, but
I didn't man. Like, I ain't know.
Come on, yo. I hope Nas ain't gonna see this. That's not true. I probably grabbed him and said, "What's up?" That was the night he had his Panther there.
Yeah.
That was the night he had his Panther, and Khalees was down there with him.
Yeah.
I remember that night, and that's the night I got on the stage and I did Cold Getting Dumb.
Right.
And that's the night me and what's his name? I didn't know Ja Rule was that short, dog, on some real shit.
Yeah. Josh, little dude.
Ja Rule came up to me and started talking. Oh, that's the night me and Latifah was there.
Yeah, it was a start.
Wait a minute. That's the fucking night. No, was that the night? No, I'm thinking about something else. It was one night we was all out of the party. I think it's this big spot in Manhattan for Nike. I think it's the Nike something, but they always throw parties there. It's huge.
Okay.
It was a free celebrity party, man. It bugged me the fuck out because Jay-Z came in there and tried to buy out the bar.
Okay.
I'm like, how you go buy out a bar? The bar's free, homie. Everybody was like, yo, the bar's free. You can't buy this out. Anything you want is here.
Right.
And that shit, that's what I thought I was thinking about, man. But yo, big up to Jay, though. Big up to Jay.
Yo, so Just, we do I don't know if you'll answer this, man. People don't answer this as much as we like anymore because it's kind of old, but we still do it. We still ask people your top 5 dead or alive, man. You know, your favorite
what, hip hop or
your
what?
favorite MCs, yeah. Or your most influential MC.
My most influential at the time would be Melly Mel for one, Kumo D, Kaz, Tito from the Fearless Four. Tito was nothing to play with.
Okay.
Tito was nothing to play with. And Spoonie G.
Spoonie G, the Godfather. Okay.
Spoonie G. Those are the ones who influenced me. I mean, the Tito came last because I used to listen to Tito because I came up in a group home. And we used to listen to the Fearless Four because that's when Mr. Magic used to be rocking. Yeah. Every Friday night. Magic would be rocking. And also the Awesome 2. Yeah. But before it was the Awesome 2, it was something else. It used to be Alamo. And I think Teddy and K was there, but Alamo was there.
Okay.
This is way back. WNWK.
Okay. Yeah.
WNWK. Yeah. Those are the brothers who inspired me, man. And it's real funny because on which album was it? The Girls and Guns album.
Okay.
I did a track with my man Oscar, OC from the Fearless Four.
Okay.
And he took me to Tito's house.
Wow.
And I didn't know we was going to be recording because Tito has a studio in his living room.
Okay.
And it bugged me out. I was like, yo, he said, this is Tito. I'm like, I'm in Tito's house?
Wow.
This is like my 4th album. I'm already Just Ice. And this shit still gave me thrills.
Right.
I'm like, I'm in Tito's house? Because Tito wasn't there. Okay. Tito does other things.
I get it. I get it.
You know, and Paris was there, and I was like, wow, man, it's a pleasure to be in this man's house. Because the Fearless Four, back in the days when they did live shows, Tito would just get busy.
Wow. Yeah.
And DLB. Can't leave out DLB. DLB used to hang out with Mo D. Okay. DLB, to this day, DLB is still dangerous on the mic. Because I was watching YouTube and they had somebody did something with the Fearless Four, but only DLB and I think Peso came down because Peso was always in and out of jail back then. Okay. So sometimes you catch Peso, sometimes you didn't.
Right.
But I saw DLB on this shit with YouTube, the shit that he was spitting. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker has not lost a step. Right. And it's wild because people don't recognize him.
Yeah, I got to look him up.
The Fearless Four, DLB, the Mighty Mike C, Peso, and Tito.
Okay. By the way, I heard Busy B wants to battle Mo D again. He wants to get revenge back for that.
I remember that. And it's real funny because Mo D just did that. He just wrote that shit about 15 minutes before in the bathroom.
Yeah.
The bathroom. And Busy, he tore Busy's ass up. Yo, he tore Busy's ass up. Busy was mad.
And Busy's still mad. He called Mo D out on social media a couple months ago now, I think.
Man, Busy, man, leave that. I mean, maybe that's a way they can revive something. You never know.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I'm going to tell you, Mo D is still a beast with them lyrics.
Mo D is nice. Don't say Mo D.
Mr. Mohandas Doers
will
fuck you up on that mic.
Yes, he will.
I mean, the shit back in the days, he used to have a battle with LL.
I know. Lower level, last.
Oh my gosh, so you know Let's Go?
Oh, of course I know Let's Go.
Let's Go. And there was the other one. What was the other one? I have both of them.
There was another one after Let's Go.
There was another one after Let's Go. The Death Blow. The Death Blow. Yeah. The Death Blow. Yeah. Yo, I've never heard so many words with the letter L in all my fucking life.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't even know those words existed.
Oh yeah, he's a brilliant dude. In fact, I talked to him recently at another event where he was being honored, and
I look up the Mo so fucking man, Mo, Melly Mel, Kaz, Tito. Yo, I look up to them motherfuckers lyrically because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have brought my lyrics up the way I did.
Yeah. That's what's
because and another thing I loved about Mo D was very scholastic.
Yeah.
He went to Old Westbury. That's the same school that I used to live in Ronkonkoma. So I used to always pass Old Westbury going home.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, Mo D went there. Mo D went there.
right. I love when Mo D said in Self-Destruction, he said, I never ever ran from the Ku Klux Klan. I shouldn't have
to run from a black man. That, and to me, those lyrics was very, very, how you say, first grade for me for coming out of Mo D. Because he could have definitely said that shit in another way, but they would have been like, huh?
Right. Oh, yeah. but it hit because he said it so basically, you know.
Yes, very relaxed, and it came out naturally.
Yeah.
Came out naturally. That's what that whole record was a natural record, to be honest. That whole record was natural, man. I mean, I still do my part of Self-Destruction when I do my shows. I still do my part of that record. I put on the chorus, and then I do the Just Ice part, and come out with a little bomb or something and go into something else. But that record will never die.
Nah, definitely. We need a new version now because it seemed like a new
never happened.
Nah. I know they tried a couple.
Try and they failed.
Daddy-O tried.
They tried, they failed. They failed. They tried it a few times, but it's not going to be the same.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, people don't even realize Moni Love was in Self-Destruction, but she didn't rhyme. She was just in the video.
Yeah.
Kane was in that video. He didn't have a part in it, but he was in the video with Light.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? That video is iconic.
Yeah, definitely.
To hear the record is one thing, but to actually see it, to visualize it, that shit is iconic, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see here. You kind of, like I said before, you don't be out like that, but you're not on social media either. You might have a little low key account or something. We don't know.
Yeah, motherfuckers know when they see Biff. They know who Biff is. People know who Biff is. I remember the first time I went on social media. I didn't really know about it. It's my first time.
Yeah.
That's so much shit. And I actually put my name Just Ice up there.
Right.
Man, shit just started coming back.
Right.
I'm like, I got to get this name off of here.
Yeah, right. It was too much.
People coming out the woodworks.
Yeah.
You know, so I got my name off of there and just used my name from when I was a kid, Biff Nuggetry.
Okay. What do you think of social media and hip hop? Like, or do you have any view on that?
Well, not really. I mean, it could be used for good. It could be used for bad. I mean, it depends on the individual. So I really don't have a definite. I mean, like I said, I like it if it's being used for good. I don't like it if it's being used for bad.
Yeah. Now with this new, you got this new song, and by the way, we gotta say, Cash Money is on there too.
That's my man.
Yeah, Cash Money.
Me and Cash Money and Cutmaster DC was on the phone the other day.
Wow.
Because me and Cutmaster, that's another Brooklyn night. We go way, like I said, we go back beyond music.
Cutmaster, he used to rap. Cutmaster DC.
Cutmaster used to rap and DJ. He was the first one to come out with the basketball, the shoe, cutting up with the crutch on. He started off in the Latin Quarters. That's where everybody started.
Yeah.
The Latin Quarters.
Yeah. Shout out to Paradise.
Yeah, he used to cut up with the crutch. You give DC anything, he'd cut with it.
Right. Wow, that's
the first one who pulled in New York, because I don't know if he was the first one, but I know in New York he was the first one to pull the record up off the needle, off the spindle, and still cut. Because I know it was a kid out there in Philadelphia, the guy who taught Cash Money.
Okay.
I forgot his name. Richie something or something like that. I gotta call Cash and ask him. I don't know who did it first, if it was him or if it was Cutmaster DC.
Okay.
Because DC used to have a lot of shows in Latin Quarter.
Yeah.
A lot of shows in Latin Quarter.
I think there's a documentary coming out on Latin Quarter soon. I'm not sure.
It ain't gonna be right.
It ain't gonna be right.
It ain't gonna be right. It ain't gonna be right.
Yeah.
Yo, your ass wasn't there. You just missed it.
Right. Right.
You can't recapture some shit like that. That's like trying to recapture Union Square. You can't recapture that.
Yeah.
You can't recapture shit like the 123. You can't recapture shit like the Black Door. You have had to have been there.
Yeah.
That's why I tell motherfuckers, if you wasn't there, your ass just missed it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. What how do you look at yourself legacy wise? What do you stand on? Are you
I don't, man, legacy bullshit, man. I'm just ice, man. I'm Justice Scientific, man. Straight up and down. Man, trying to give me a beat, or my man Fred One's give me a nice track or whatever. We spit. I come from the heart. Trust me, one thing person don't have to ever worry about when they hear me rhyme is me making something up.
Right.
Me talking about it from hearing it from someone else.
Right. Right.
One thing you don't have to ever worry about, because everything I talk about, I done did it, been through it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna talk about it if I don't know about it. I'm not one of those kind of MCs, because I don't like being. I'm not a fucking rapper. I ain't no rapper.
Right.
I'm an MC. Big fucking difference.
Yeah.
A rapper can't do what an MC do, but an MC can do what a rapper do.
Definitely. Yes, sir.
You know,
Absolutely.
I don't see myself as no legacy, or I mean, a legend in the hip hop world. Yeah. But I'm not into it like that. You know, just justice.
Yeah. Yeah. Will you be dropping a new album?
Well, that all depends on Kurtis.
Okay.
I don't know. It's holding me at my screen on. I don't know, like, because Kurtis lives in Africa.
Okay.
And he has to make the beat up and send it to me. And right now, it's not like his computer's fucked up. So it's not like we live in Manhattan where he can just take it down the block to the computer place and get it fixed.
Right.
He got to send his shit all the way to Europe.
Oh man. Got you.
Send this shit to Europe, and then they got to find out what's wrong. Let him know if they need extra parts. I mean, it's a big fucking process.
Right, right.
He sent me one track that I still have that I'm still working on lyric wise.
Okay.
And he was like, finish that. By the time I finish that, his computer should be straight.
Okay.
And before that even happens, if everything works out the way it should be, me and him will be meeting up in Amsterdam in September.
Okay.
If immigration does what it's supposed to do.
Okay.
Now he's having a problem with immigration. He said in Africa, everything is corrupt.
Right.
The government is just corrupt. So it's not like over here in the United States, whereas you want a passport, you put your application in and 12 to 14 weeks later, you get it. Not that easy.
Right, right.
And I'm also prepared that if he can't make it over to Amsterdam, I got my man Fred Ones on standby. I was on the phone with Fred Ones today. He's on standby because the last few times it was me and Mantronix, but before that, 2-3 times before that, it was me and Fred Ones. And we got a good response from the crowd. But the crowd didn't know Fred Ones the way they knew Mantronix. They knew Fred Ones from graffiti.
Gotcha.
He's a graffiti artist, and he went around the whole world doing graffiti. He's known for his graffiti.
Right.
But he also DJs.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sounds good, man. Any last words? Anything you want to tell people?
Yes, please listen to Get Your Drink On, Get Your Freak On. Listen to it, stream it, buy it. I don't care how y'all do care how you get it. Buy that shit, man.
Buy that joint. I actually listened to it today with my daughter in the car. She was bopping. She was bopping a little bit.
It's not that many curses in there, so a child can listen to it.
Yeah.
I made sure that the curses that I put in there were put in there tastefully.
Right. Yo, I think you might have been the first rapper I heard curse.
Let me see. Yeah, because Melon didn't do that.
Yeah.
Melon, Rappers Delight, Sugar Hill Gang, all of them before, they didn't do that. And I think the reason that I let it flow like that, and I mean, I listened to this record I'm going to mention to this day, The Last Poets.
Yeah. The Last
They cursed their ass off. Yeah. One of them used to live in I used to live in 162 Navy Walk. One of them lived in 160 Navy Walk.
Right.
My mother knew them personally.
Right.
So she used to run their album, but to a child, all I heard was the curses. I ain't give a fuck what they was talking about. All I heard was motherfucker shit. God damn it! I'm like on a record. Yo. So I figured, like I said, I wanted to make rhymes that people could relate to, and I knew they could relate to certain curses with these rhymes, not just randomly throwing them in there. It has to make sense,
right?
So that's how I did it, because that's how I speak. I mean, I got a fucked up mouth. I curse a lot. I don't give a fuck, but that's how I express myself.
Right.
So how I speak is how I write my rhymes.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I ain't gonna say nothing on no record that I ain't been through, or if I don't know. This is how the fuck I talk. This is how the fuck I write.
Yeah. Shout out to Just Ice, man. Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
I hope to shake your hand one day, man.
Where you at anyway? What state are you in?
We in New York. Well, Jersey, New York.
Huh? How you do that?
Well, I don't like to give my location, so we got to.
Okay. You like me.
I'm in Jersey.
I don't tell nobody where I'm at. Motherfuckers be like, yo, Just, where you at now? Where you live? On planet Earth.
Right. Yeah, we'll edit that.
I'm on planet Earth. I live on
we
planet
don't share location, but yeah. So
I appreciate, man. I just want to make sure you let me know when this is going to be aired.
Yeah.
And I can sit back and I can look at it and critique it and laugh at myself.
Yeah, nah, man. I'll keep it real with you, man. A lot of people are really excited to hear from you, man. I'm happy to finally get to talk to you. I'm gonna talk to my man from high school. He used to dress like you, man. He used to do facial expressions, everything, man, everything. So,
man,
you know what I'm saying?
He caught the young Just Ice.
Yeah, the young Just Ice. Yeah, that's what's up, man. But nah, I appreciate you. No more noogies on people and all that.
I can tell you, man. I tell you, I didn't do that to Nas. If anything, I probably grabbed him by his shoulder and said, "What's up?"
Yeah.
You can't noogie Nas, man.
I said I ain't going over there, man. I'm not going over there. Nah, I'm not going over.
I just probably grabbed him up and said, "What's up?" Because, like I said, he was from Queensbridge, and he knew MC Shan. He knew Poet, he knew Shantae, and I was affiliated with all of them back then.
I know you were. I know we can't really talk about all that too much, but yeah.
Well, with Poet?
Yeah.
No, me and Poet mad cool now.
Oh, y'all cool? Okay.
Well, me and Poet been cool for years, man.
Okay.
I mean, I ain't gonna get into it, but he did what he had to do to get on the map, and he did it.
Yeah.
I ain't like how he did it.
Right.
But to this day in 2022, me and that man cool as fuck.
That's what's up, man. Yo, Beat You Down though. I ain't gonna lie, man. Beat You Down is one of the hardest records.
Who made that?
That was Poet.
Oh, that was the name of the record? I didn't really give it no. I just heard Just Ice Will Melt. That was what I needed to hear.
Okay, right.
That's what I need. I don't know the name of the record.
Right.
That's all. That's what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
We're gonna take care of this.
Yeah, man. See that the realness was it was that, like I said, that's when you heard about stuff that you didn't have social media, you didn't have TV, even you didn't have it was all word of mouth.
I think the only thing we had hip hop back then was Yo MTV Raps.
Yeah.
Or MTV, but I don't even think was Yo MTV Raps even out back then, or was it just MTV?
Well, I don't know, man. I don't think it wasn't out there. No,
it was just MTV, right?
80s, man, that was late 80s.
Yeah, that was just MTV then.
88, 89, yeah.
No, it was before then. When did he put this record out?
Yo MTV Raps was before 88.
You mean Yo MTV Raps came out later? Yeah.
Yo MTV Raps was like 88. But
Yo MTV was 86.
Yeah,
MTV was 86.
Yeah.
I remember Cyndi Lauper being on there with Lou Albino and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. The good old days. days.
Yeah, man. Yo, it was wonderful talking with you, man.
Definitely salute. I appreciate you, man. And yeah, man, maybe me and Greg will take a flight to Amsterdam or something to see that crazy show.
Yeah, because this show in September will be off the hook. It'll be on YouTube.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Keep in contact with Rob, or I'll contact you. I got your email.
Yeah.
I just go to YouTube and put in Urban Matters 2022. That shit should pop right on up.
Okay, bet. Sounds
After,
good, man.
After September 25th.
Okay.
After September 25th. All right.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Have a good night.
Man, brother. Peace to you, man.
All right. Peace.
Peace. How do we turn?